and thank you very much for watching anywhere around the world. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch another episode of the Simply Inspired podcast. Today is Liam Hartley back with you, and I'm joined by a very, very special guest and a good friend of mine as well, I must say. So it's really an honor and a blessing to have this man on the show. Today, I welcome my good friend Lukole, who is a youth pastor, computer teacher, youth empowerment leader, and the founder of EMO, Empowering Minds of Orphans. This man does some incredible work with helping people who obviously have no parents. In many situations, they have no voice and no one to help them. But Lukole is helping them. He is also an orphan himself and has overcome incredible odds to become the man he is today, a dedicated helper of the youth, a family man, a man of God, obviously, and generally a good person because many people would have become bitter or vicious with these experiences, but Lukole has a good heart to help so many. So I'm doing this talk today in the hope that it helps, first of all, his EMO network with the orphans and the EMO business network. And I'm also hoping that this shares some inspiration and hope with you, the viewers, as well, if any of you are going through a hard time. So that's a little bit of an introduction. So I don't forget, please subscribe to the Simply Inspired YouTube channel as well. And please follow Lukole on social media to find out more about that a little bit later. But Lukole, my friend, I'm happy that we're finally doing this. Thank you so much for joining us today and taking time out of your afternoon, your evening actually, to join us. And I really appreciate your time, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It's also a pleasure to be with you at this time. Thank you so much.
Well, it's my pleasure. I mean, like I was saying before, my friend, we've been working together for a little while now, and you're doing some amazing things. So if this helps to get even a few more people, even a handful more people to know about what you're doing, then we've done our work. I think it will be more than that, but that's what I aim for is the inspiration. So I'm going to get you to start off with the present day, okay? So to share with our viewers, our listeners and everything, a little bit about who you are and a little bit about the EMO network, why you do what you do. So we'll start there briefly and then we'll go back in time in a moment. But tell us a little bit about the amazing work you're doing for anyone who hasn't heard it before, please, my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. As my dear coach Liam said before, my name is Lukole Lusungu Debaba. I'm a refugee from Malawi, in the Leka refugee camp, and I'm a youth pastor. Also, I'm a computer teacher, and I'm a founder of EMO. EMO. It's a word from Bembe tribe in Congo. That means unity. So that organization is based in Zaleka refugee camp in Malawi that is working with orphans and children living with hardships from 0 year up to 18 years. So we are trying to to see how also they can get better life, they can get assistance, they can get motivation, they can get courage. Because myself, I I got that courage because I grew as an orphan. So I would like also to commit my life, my my energy, my thought to help orphans because I know how they struggle. I know which kind of troubles, difficulties, many things, disrespect, dishonor that they are going through. So from that, and I came out with EMO, Empowering Minds of Orphans. Someone can get food, someone can get clothes, someone can get vehicles, but if the mind is weak, I think nothing will go on. So in our organization, we are building a strong mind to orphans so that at least they can see themselves that they can make a better life. They can try also to defend their right. They can feel that they are protected. They can assist. They can do many things like anything. So, I mean, anyone. So there's no difference between someone who is not an orphan and an orphan. All of them, they have legs, they have arms, they have eyes, they have bodies. So as long as that an orphan is alive and has some potential and capacity, also can do many things. So we are there to empower their minds, to teach them many things that at least in future they can be also greater men, can be responsible people, we can get leaders from orphans. And apart from that, we are doing hospital outreach for children who are sick. We go hospital to hospitals around Zaleka, in Doha, and we try to help them. And also we see if some schools, we have orphans, and we try also to give them, to assist them with school fees for that. And as a pastor, yes, I share the word of God. I show them the right path so that anyone can follow, that at least he can have a good life and a better life for the future. Thank you so much.
Wonderful introduction, my friend, and a wonderful description of the work that you do. Now, as I mentioned to you before we started, I would like to talk briefly about your background. Now, as I said at the beginning, I can imagine it's not an easy thing to talk about, and I'm only asking because I hope that it will help some other people to hear about your experiences and to hear about the way that you survived, where you find the strength to survive some of these things. So I want to focus very much on the positives, okay? But if there's anything that is uncomfortable because it's a very hard situation, the way you grew up, I can feel that, I can tell. Then, I don't want to push into anything. I want to be gentle with this. And I also must say, by the way, that it's very brave. You're a very brave person, not to just do this today, but to stand up and be counted, if you like, and to make a difference in the way that you do all the time, if you know what I mean. So I must say that for respect for you as well. But yes, in terms of your background and where you were born and the way you come from, and obviously the circumstances as to how you became an orphan, if it's okay to mention that briefly, I would like to, but let me know if it's too much at any time. Okay, my friend?
I I think, my dear coach Liam, everything that I'm living today, the word orphan, I start living that word since 25th August 2010, when I was still in Congo, because I'm from Congo, North Kivu, Goma. Then after school, we we went for holidays in Uvira to see my uncle. Then on 25th August 2010, that the day that everything started. We just received a call when we were on a table eating with my uncle, with my three siblings, that some unknown people came at our home in Goma and attacked my father because he was a politician. My mother was a businesswoman. So they were attacked with other young brothers and sisters of mine. And they said that they knew no one, they knew no face of those people, just came and start beating them in a strong way. Then my uncle said that, okay, they're going to investigate who were those people. Then my uncle said that we have, first of all, to stay with him for a while when people are going to investigate about what happened in Goma at our home. For us, we're in Uvira, South Kivu. Then when my uncle sent some friends of his and our familiar members, then they said that they reached at our home, but they saw no one. Only they saw blood on the floor, and people said that our parents and some of our siblings were just packed in vehicles and they went with them. Then we stayed. Then now on 30th, yes, on 30th, we were just at our uncle, his house, talking. Yes, we just heard something like a vehicle knocking a fence, the gate hardly. Then my uncle decided not to open the door of the sitting room to see what was going on there. Then suddenly he was shot on his head and he died on the spot. So we were afraid to see him down and blood coming from his head. Then the chamber boy, let me say that the house boy of my uncle took us straight into the ceiling. And those people they were coming inside saying that they were saying in Swahili that tutawapata, tutawapata tuna tutawamaliza. In English, it means that we are going to find them and we are going to finish them. Then we were just in the ceiling. Then those people now they came, they start moving around. So they saw no one. Then they start shooting in Vrak, start shooting guns. I mean, in Vrak, thinking that we are going to get afraid and move from where we were so that at least they can catch us and I don't know if they're going to kill us. According to their words, it was about killing. Kumaliza, it means to finish someone. Someone is life to get finished. Then from that, we just kept quiet, but they was shooting. Then one bullet caught me on my leg. Then, okay, they just took me here so that I should not cry. The chamba, me, the house boy of my uncle. Then those people, they stayed there. Then I don't know if I think it's God. Then we start hearing other shooting guns from outside the compound of our uncle. Other people they start shooting. Then when those people heard those guns shooting from outside, then they ran away. And when they ran away, now the houseboy of our uncle goes now outside up to the port where you can find some boats. Then my sisters had some chains made of gold. Then the shamba boy, I mean the houseboy of our uncle, sold them on the spot to a cheap price. Then he took them on a boat and they said that go and never come back. If you come back, I think those people, if they catch you, you'll have no life. Then we from there now we start wandering, moving, seeking for help until we found ourselves in Malawi in 2010. Then from there up to now, I haven't seen my father or my mother, his face again. I haven't heard from them again. So from that day up to now, I just grew in a difficult life, making bricks to survive. It was going up and down until now. So that word often just I carried it, but reaching a certain time, I said yes, I'm an orphan, but I have also two legs. I have also two arms. I have my head, and I started going to some because here we have Jares in Zaleka refugee camp. We have Jares. Is a Catholic organization that teaching refugees English and some skills. Then I went for bricklaying and business just for 4 months, and I started also learning English. Then after learning English, then I started building houses for people. Now the money I was getting, I was helping my siblings and also doing some stuff for myself. Then reaching now in 2019, then I came out now with an idea. I grew up as an orphan and I'm seeing orphans around me that they are more in trouble than I was. At least me, I was making bricks, but for them they are very young than me. So what should I do about this one? So I came out with EMO from the tribe I'm from, Bembe. That means unity. So it means it's a unity of people from different tribes, from different countries, from different colors, different races, so that they are together, so that we are going to provide, I mean, a strong mind to orphans, assistance to orphans. So up to now is what I'm doing. Is what also I'm trying also to to go forward. Yes, as a legacy of my life, as a reason of me to live. I'll look also one day so that at least they can say that Lukole was fighting for the well-being of orphans and children living with hardships.
Wow. So that's the story, my friend. Well, first of all, I want to say again, it's very brave to share this. Not only well, there's a few things. I mean, with what happened to you, very brave to share it. I also meant to say earlier as well, but even doing this interview, public speaking in another language, in your second language. I mean, your English is very good, but that takes courage as well because it's not the language you're born with, even though it's very good. So there's a lot of this, that your courage shows. And I want to ask you another question as well with this topic, which is basically what I was saying earlier. Many people will have something like this, with your parents and with your uncle and everything, and the siblings and everything that happened there. And many people would be very angry and bitter, if you know what I mean, about it, inside. Now, I'm sure you feel that sort of thing sometimes, but you're using it in a positive way. You're not uh, like attacking people or something to get it out. Oh, I know, but a lot of people do. I mean, I've met a lot of people who grow up in very bad situations. They get in crime and in bad things. Because of the way they're feeling. In my country, this is a lot. What do you think made you keep the goodness in your heart and keep the faith in God as well and not lose these things when some people would lose it? Does that make sense to you as to how you stayed good? If you understand what I mean with this.
Yeah, I think what made me to to have a strong heart. I think that the question
Yes.
of a heart, I can say that there are two things or 2 points. The first one, I think my father taught us or let us grow up in a Christian environment. And he was always say that always pay evil with good. So someone can do evil to you, but do not also return evil, but you return good. Because if you return good, it will be a good lesson to that one so that tomorrow, instead of doing evil, is going to do also good. But if you do evil to evil, it means you are creating a war, a conflict, which we don't know which day that conflict is going to end. But if you respond or if you do good to evil, it means you are trying to show evil that okay, what you have done, maybe you have done it by mistake. That's the first thing that is in my heart always, and that is some kind of forgiveness. And another one is my father was ever telling me that wherever you are going to reach as his son, because I'm the firstborn of the family, he was saying that I need wherever my son or my daughter will be anywhere so that he can live the name, but in a good way. Like, you can have a child, you can have a daughter, but he can move from a certain place to another place. But where now he's going, so now he's going now to make a name, but in a bad way. Ever fighting, ever taking beer, and he get drunk, and then he start doing something that they are very wrong. They're going to disgrace the family. But he was saying that you have to make names so that everyone should know that this one is working, but in a good way for the profit of people. I think those two words are the one that encouraged me so much and up where I am, responding evil with good and like leaving a the legacy. I need people just to remember also what what I've what I've done, what I'm doing, so that at least Lukole has passed on earth and he has done this, and this for the goodness of these people, most of orphans and children living with hardships.
Absolutely wonderful. And I mean, even so far, my friend, the legacy that you have created is amazing. But I know it will go more from here, and there'll be much more that you will do, obviously, which we will talk about the future plans. So the EMO, Empowering Minds of Orphans, wonderful work. Can you share with us like how it works, day to day, or like for people who don't know, if you have the orphans living with you, or if you're going somewhere to teach them, or like the structure of what you're doing, because I think that people will find that really interesting, and it will raise some awareness for what you're doing as well. So how does it work, please, my friend, on a day-to-day level?
Yeah, on day-to-day level, I think we have too many things that we are doing, amplifying the voice of orphans and children living with hardships. There's where an orphan cannot reach or cannot speak. So for us, we get that place, we speak and we reach some kind of advocacy to advocate for their rights, so that at least they can get assistance, they can get protection and their rights. Also, people so that they can aware that even if this one is an orphan, but you cannot mistreat this one here. That's what we are doing, so at least, and to emphasize the equality, so that there is no difference between an orphan and someone who's not an orphan. All of us, we are equal. That, and another one, we provide now capacity strengthening for their mind by teaching them. Sometimes, especially here in Zareka refugee camp, most of teen mothers, they are orphans. Ladies, I mean, yeah, girls who are orphans, because they are living for the mercy of other people, because they don't consider themselves, so they are just living by asking, and she can go and ask someone who has not a good faith, and she can abuse her, and from that she'll get pregnancy and she'll become a mother unprepared. So that now we are trying now to teach them a good path, to show them that you cannot depend on someone, you can also do something good. Emo, and also we are visiting, as I said before, we are visiting different hospitals. Recently, I had a certain thing. She was a baby. She was not even 2 years. She was 1 year and 4 months, I think, when her mother was giving her birth. She swallowed water. Then I think the way her mother told me, she was dead for something like 30 minutes. Now, doctors tried to bring her back, but when she came back, she just came back by breathing, but the head was not functioning in a good way. The arm was not functioning in a good way. So when I saw her, I approached her mother and I talked to her. Then I took her pictures and I wrote some words. Then I tried to send to some people. And Fortunately, I get some of my friends. Then they connected that family to a certain hospital, and they went and they did some checkups and tried to give her medicines. That's what we are doing. Her name was Nadine. Nadine. So we try to help. So that's what we are doing. We are going, and also if this one just because there are some they can go for hospitals, they are sick, but they don't have money to pay. So you're going to stay there for a long time. So we go and visit them. If we have possibility, we pay so that at least they can be released from the hospital. That's what EMO and we are doing, and we're having also an activity every Saturday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. with kids. We have different games, educational games, we have competitions, we have teachings. That's to to show them that yes, there's a future waiting waiting for you, and that future has to be bright, that future has to be better, that future you are the one that you are going to make it, but from today. That's what we are doing. It means we focus on empowering their minds by giving them now assistance, outreach, approach by being so close to them. Yeah.
That's how it works. Okay, wonderful. And obviously, my friend, I mean, you have created this yourself, I mean, you have set this up, you have, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have created everything and got the message out there with your own work. And I would like to talk about that process, not only what's happened, but going forward as well, because if people can help you, if anyone listening to this can help you in any way, even if it's like sending you some money, or even if it's something like on social media, sharing things so that more people know about it. I mean, I'm not sure because it takes different forms, in different parts of the world. But if there are some ways that people can help you to help so many others, what would be some ways that you would like or that they can offer, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I think what is in my head is I would like to make MORA, Empowering Center. MORA is what is always in in my mind. MORA, it means Emo roundabout, Empowering Center. That word Emo, it's like as I said, unity. Now roundabout, I think you know about roundabout, where this vehicle can come from this direction, then it goes. So now that it will be now like an empowering center for all orphans and children living with hardships. So they can come from different tribes, different religions, different countries. But when they reach there, we try to shape them to give them a good form, try to work on their their mentality, capacity, trying to show them a good a good way. Then when now this is what I'm planning. When they get now 18 years old, we can now say that okay, you are mature now. At least now you can now start now working your own life. So that MORA Empowering Center will will help many children for sure. Many refugees, many young people, ladies, I mean girls and boys that they are suffering. That's what I would like to make a roundabout where orphans and children living with hardships will come from different corners of troubles, let me say that, of difficulties, then they're going to get in that center. Now that center now will be there to to show them. There's some people that they can be playing football, but if you see them, they are good in music. What is in my mind for orphans and children living with hardships, what I'd like to achieve, it's EMORA, Empowering Center, which means EMO Roundabout Empowering Center. That will be a place like a roundabout where we are going to be receiving different orphans, different children that they are living with different hardships from different difficulties, different troubles, different situations. Then when they reach there, they're going to be empowered so that later on they can be responsible, they can get also motivation, they can get courage, they can get also assistance, they can get protection, they can know their rights, and they can they can also know their talents. As I was saying, someone can be singing, but if you see him properly, he's not good at singing, but he's good on playing football. Someone can be playing football, but is not good at football, is good at basketball. So I think those kinds of of motivations and teaching is going to help. So and everyone, when anyone with a heart, because in emo, it's first of all a heart. Yes, you can be whoever you are, but first of all, if you have a heart of helping an orphan, yes. So everyone with a heart of helping an orphan or children living in hardships is going to contribute to construct or to build the biggest roundabout that will be receiving orphans and children living with hardships from different tribes, different ethnic, different races, different countries, so that once they reach there, they're going to get what they deserve to be better in life. First of all, it removes that inequality that I'm an orphan, I cannot do anything, or I'm this from this background, I cannot do anything. But once they are there, so also they are going to to be empowered, to be motivated, to be encouraged, so that at least they can also to show out their potential that they can and they are worthy to be trusted.
Absolutely. The worthiness is so important, my friend, as you know, because you've been through it. But people can do anything they believe they can do, you know. But one of the things that you find in life is when people believe they can do something, what happens is the subconscious mind, you know, you're putting that into the mind, saying, "I can do this, I can do it," and you actually take actions to succeed even without realizing it. But if somebody's saying, "I can't do it," you know, "I'm not good enough," all of these things. Your mind still believes it's true, even if it's not true, you know. So whatever you're saying to yourself, I mean, I know you know this, but it's so important. And for example, somebody's going to do an exam, and if they're saying, "Oh, you know, I'm going to fail, I'm not going to do well," then it will probably happen because they make themselves more nervous, they make themselves not prepare. And the weird thing is, your mind will actually make you forget some stuff that you might know so that you fail, you know. Whereas if you think, "I'm going to succeed," you know, you can remember, you feel more, "I've got this." So I mean, that's too simple, there's more to it. But what you say to yourself, so I love that with the empowerment, you know, because these boys and girls, they believe they can do it. They can be anything, you know, they can be anything. And obviously you are also I'm going to say, a light in the darkness for people, because you're showing them as well that obviously you've succeeded and you're a happy person, you know, good person, you're making a difference, you know, you're working, you've got your family there. So, you know, it shows them it's possible as well. And I love that because, you know, when I orphans before, there's a big thing of like, you know, they think that people don't want them, or, you know, I found it strange, well, not strange, but I've noticed that like there's a feeling like they've done something wrong, they feel like they've done something wrong, or like it's their fault in some way, and it never is, you know. And one of the things when I coach people is it's like a different example, you know, when a woman has something bad happen, you know, like a rape or something, you know, like you were saying earlier about some of the young girls, often think it's them, you know, for some reason they think, "Oh, I did something, I shouldn't have been there." And you know, you have to say, "Well, look, it has nothing to do with you. You know, this is something that happened to you." And I definitely think that that thing with the self-esteem and the fact that you know, they deserve to be, you know, loved, and they deserve to be successful and have a family and do all of these things, whatever type of thing. I just think it's wonderful, and it's not really that's not really a question for you. I'm just saying from my heart that is a wonderful thing with that. So EMO has a very big future. I would like to give a quick mention while we're talking about these subjects, is the last couple of things. One quick thing I would say is if there's any orphans out there, or any children from disadvantaged homes in general, abusive homes, neglectful homes, anything, what would you say to them? Because I hope that they can meet you. But if there's orphans listening to this in another country, and you're not in that country, they can still hear this. What would be maybe one or two things that you would say to them to encourage them, please, my friend?
Yeah, I think I may have two points to talk about that. The first one I'd like to is to talk to people who they are living with orphans, or people who they are living, yes, around orphans. Do not neglect them, do not minimize them, do not push them away, to welcome them, to give them that. When someone is an orphan and you saw your friends together with his or her parents, it's something that it hurts, but you cannot show it out. So now that can be good so that everyone who is near an orphan, to show her that the love that he or she lost, the love, the care that she's missing or is missing. That's the first point that you like to say, because other people they can say, "Go away, you're an orphan." What are going to do? Even other young people, they can try to neglect other orphans that this one is not our level, this one is not our size. Just let us neglect him. So another thing I'd like to say is for those orphans that they know now that they have grown up. But I can say that to me, when I realized that the difference was just I'm not living with my parents, I don't know where they are, but these people they have their parents. But as long as um I have my body, I have my legs, I have my 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 head, I have my brain, I have potential, I have talent that I was given. So I'm going to use them to make a difference. So do not be discouraged if you are an orphan. Do not lose motivation if you encourage. Everything happens with a reason. There's a certain song in Malawi, it says that it's a part of life. Yes, it's a part of life. It's a part of life, yes. That part has happened. So don't let it control your life. Don't let it define your life. Your life is your life. So you have to work on it. If it's to go to school, you get support, go to school, learn. If it's to work, go to work and learn because you are responsible of tomorrow. And another thing, last one I'd like to say, I heard that in Canada, there is someone who is like is controlling UN like UN Sahara department. She was a refugee. So that is try also to encourage. She was a refugee and she was an orphan. So that is trying to encourage that even an orphan can be someone with value, someone with respect. So do not neglect yourself. Please do not lose your motivation. Do not take away your courage. Take your courage, take your motivation. You can do better and greater things and you can make a difference. That's what I can say to orphans and people living around with orphans.
Oh, that is wonderful, my friend. It's wonderful work because the reason I ask that question, as I mentioned before, is there's a lot of people doing good work, but at the same time, there's isolation, for people who are experiencing these things. And so I hope that maybe, even if they can listen to what we're doing today, then they can get some hope from it that things will be okay because they're very very vulnerable, exposed, and everything. So it's very important with that, and obviously the empowerment aspect of what you're saying, giving them a voice is very powerful as well. So I think it's wonderful. Now, the other thing is that you are on social media as well, and I'd like to give a mention just so I don't forget about it, because as I mentioned, I'm not feeling 100%, and I don't want it to slip my mind. How can people follow you and follow EMO and get involved in like the social media internet space? Because I want to put some more eyes on what you're doing. So, who or how rather can people follow you and connect with you digitally?
Yeah, digitally, people can connect EMO. On LinkedIn is Lukole Lusungu Debaba. Yes, you can find me, and you can find also stories about EMO. And on Facebook is EMO, Empowering Minds of Orphans. Just write EMO space Empowering Minds of Orphans. You're going to see us. And on Google account, we are using EMO Africa 2019 arrobas, yes, arrobas gmail.com. Yes, that one. At least you are going to get us. Yes, we have the same EMO, yeah, EMO Africa 2018. It's also on YouTube and on TikTok. Yes. Once you write EMO Africa 2019, you're going to get us.
Absolutely. Wonderful. I mean, that gives a message to people who want to connect because the more eyes on what you're doing is wonderful. Now, I had in mind with this to share these stories, to share a little bit about your life and to share a bit about EMO, where you come from, what you're doing, where you're going. So, to be honest, my friend, I'm happy with that. But before we close this talk, have we missed anything? Is there anything else that you're doing that you would like to mention that you feel that we haven't said, or have we covered everything as much as you want, especially with EMO and with the work that you're doing?
Yeah, I think I've said almost everything, and what I'd like to add is about EBN. EBN is a network that we came out with that is going to help us to get things that we can be helping as for now orphans and children living with hardships. EBN means EMO Business Network. It's a network that we are going, we buy some things, we sell them here in Zaleka refugee camp. Now the money we get, we try now to assist to pay school fees. Now to go now around hospitals and pay those hospital fees to assist orphans in different ways. That also we are doing. It's a network that we are selling different items to different people. Then the income help us now to assist orphans in different ways. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I'm glad we mentioned that. I am really glad we mentioned that as well because you're doing amazing things. Well, my friend, it's been wonderful to talk with you today, and I hope that this raises awareness of what you're doing. I hope that also this inspires some people who listen to it, even if they never meet you. I hope they meet you, but even if they never do, they can listen. But also, then I hope it helps some more people to get involved and actually join what you're doing. So, fingers crossed, we will do some awareness from this. Obviously, we will keep working together anyway, but I hope that this is something that helps you a little bit. So, I just want to thank you, as I said earlier, for being such a brave person and sharing everything that you've shared today, doing this interview, public speaking. I don't know if you know, but public speaking is the number one fear in the world. More people are afraid of public speaking than they are of dying. So when you're getting up here and you're doing a talk today, it's a very, very brave thing. So, I want to thank you for that, and I want to thank you for speaking from your heart, my friend, and sharing everything that you shared in hopes of helping many people. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now,
And
don't.
what I'd like,
Yes, yes, go on.
what I'd like to say is everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome to join EMO. We have a saying that we are building an alliance of defenders, defend orphans and children living with hardships. Everyone with that heart is welcome to join us so that we can we can we can go in that wonderful journey together, that alliance, so that at least we can make good defenders of orphans and the children living with hardships. Everyone is most welcome. Thank you.
Wonderful, my friend. Wonderful way to close out. God bless you and your family, my friend, and I wish them the best. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the Simply Inspired YouTube channel, and there'll be more videos coming soon.